About this time King Amraphel of Babylonia, Shinar, King Arioch of Ellasar, King Chedorlaomer of Elam, and King Tidal of Goiim, nations, kings of the north attacked the kings of the south. The kings of the south were King Bera of Sodom, King Birsha of Gomorrah, King Shinab of Admah, King Shemeber of Zeboiim, and the king of Bela, a city also known as Zoar. King Chedorlaomer and his allies of the north had ruled the latter 5 kings for 12 years. But in the 13th year, the kings of the south rebelled and joined forces in Siddim Valley. At that time the Siddim Valley was covered by the southern part of the Salt Sea. A year later King Chedorlaomer and his northern allies attacked and defeated the Rephaims in Ashtaroth Karnaim, the Zuzims with them, and the Emmons in Shaveh Kiriathaim. They also defeated the Horites in the hill country of Edom, also known as Mount Seir, and went as far as El Paran, near the desert. It was a conquering exhibition. They went back to the city of En-Mishpat, better known as Kadesh. Then they captured all the land that would later belong to the Amalekites, and they defeated the Amorites who were living in Hazazon Tamar. At Siddim Valley, the armies of the kings of Sodom, Gomorrah, Admah, Zeboiim, and Bela fought the armies of King Chedorlaomer of Elam, King Tidal of Goiim or nations, King Amraphel of Babylonia, Shinar Cush, and King Arioch of Ellasar. The valley was full of tar or slime pits, and when the troops from Sodom and Gomorrah started running away, some of them fell into the pits. Others escaped to the hill country. Their enemies took everything of value from Sodom and Gomorrah, including their food supplies. They also captured Abram's nephew Lot, who lived in Sodom. They took him and his possessions and then left. At this time Abram the Bantu was living near the oaks that belonged to Mamre the Amorite. Mamre and his brothers Eshcol and Aner were Abram's friends. Someone who had escaped from the battle told Abram that his nephew Lot had been taken away. 318 of Abram's servants were fighting men, mercenaries, so he took them and followed the enemy as far north as the city of Dan. That night Abram divided up his troops, attacked from all sides and won a great victory. But some of the enemy escaped to the town of Hobah east of Damascus, and Abram went after them. He brought back his nephew Lot, together with Lot's possessions, and the women and everyone else who had been captured. What is the major point of this content shared in this portion of Genesis 14? The kings of the earth, specifically on the continent we call Africa today, went to war on the continent. We know it was Africa because of the kings involved. Amraphel is Nimrod under another name, and he was king of Shinar, or Cush, or ancient Babylon. They went to fight Sodom, Gomorrah, and others which are in Canaan. Abram left Egypt and went south in order to dwell in the land of Canaan, Africa the land of Shem.